Welcome to Joy Junktique. I'm Rhonda, and I'm just so glad that you're here today. Today I am going to show my design team project for SamPooleDesigns. And can y'all believe that it's already my turn again? Time has just gone by so fast. But this month we are collaborating with Jaizella from Lavish Laces. And she just sent us a beautiful package of laces and trims and stuff, and it has just been so beautiful to work with in this project. And we are using the Haberdashery kits from SamPool this month to create our projects. And I was inspired by Lori Girl on the Ridge and Jennifer from A Trace of Sparkle. They have both made them and have videos about that, so you can check those out. I've actually made an altered file folder. I've had these little file folders ready to use in a project for probably 2 or 3 years and just never have taken on that challenge, but this was the perfect project for that. But in my mind, it's kind of like a dressmaker's maybe portfolio or something. Where she keeps all of her little projects and ideas, and so that's kind of where I went with this. There's just so much you can do with it, and I have just kind of gone a little overboard, but I had so much fun, and I just want to show you what I created today. So I'll just get right into it and show you what all I did. So I'm gonna bring this up to the camera so you can see kind of all the details. And the laces from Jaizella's shop are just so pretty, and literally, let me show you. She sent us a box full, a package full of lace, and this is literally all I have left. I used so much in this project, but it was just it all made it so pretty. So thank you so much, Jaizella, for doing this with us and sharing your laces with us, because they are just beautiful, and I just enjoyed every little bit of each piece. So but as I said, I'm going to bring it up and show you some of the details, and then I will start opening it up and showing you everything else. So there's the back, but it is just cram-packed full of lots of goodies, all with the haberdashery theme. So I was just really excited at how it turned out. Okay, so first of all, I have this that was wrapped around my package of lace. So I just used it to go around and keep it together. So I'm going to take that off. But isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this. This sits right here. But this was a die cut that I have, and I've used these a lot in the past, and I haven't made any in a while. So I was really excited to get to make some more dresses. This one, I love how it turned out with her pretty laces. And then I had, this piece is actually from my stash, but it was like a little bitty tiny collar or something, and I've just had it stashed back till I figured out what to do with it. Well, it was absolutely perfect for this little dress. And I found these little hangers on Amazon that are just precious, and this was from my jewelry. So I just added a little chain to hang it from, so it can dangle from the front of the cover there. I also made this one while I was at it, but I honestly ran out of room to put it, so this will be in another project. Okay, so I took one file folder and did it up and down, so where it opens this way, and I did the other one across it to where it opens sideways, and I just put them together like that, so you would have lots of different ways that the flaps open and close and that kind of stuff that are fun. And then this is one of Sam's file folders, so I just added it on top of those so that we would have another flap here. So as you look at the cover, here is a doily that was in the lace kit that Jaizella sent. And this is more of that lace. These two are actually something I learned on Graphics Fairy website, how to emboss using toilet paper. And there's several pieces throughout the project. I just love how these turned out and how aged they look. Just all the detail shows up really good. This was a little piece from, let me show you. I've had this put back too for a while. This was actually in a frame that I bought at a little flea market. And it had this and this here. And it was falling off, so I just went ahead and took it off so it wouldn't get messed up more. But it had all these little yo-yo, I guess that's what you call them, right? Yo-yos for quilting. But I just pulled one off up there and used it. So I just took and added that here, added a little button and the little thread there. And then this is a die cut that I have. I think it's an Anna Griffin embossing folder die cut. So that was absolutely perfect for this spot. And then here I just dangled a little gold pin with a little button. Okay, so as you open it, well, let's do the pocket first. So I have, this was in my grandmother's stash, and so I just photocopied it and recreated it, but it was perfect for this project. This was in Sam's kit, and it was actually one of the cards that had both ladies showing, and I just folded it in half and made a little bookmark out of it and added some lace. So then on this side, I made a little scrappy notebook just with little pieces here and an image from one of the kits. There's a little one of those cute little flowers that Jaizella sent. Here's more of her lace. This was also in what she sent, and it's just beautiful. So I took another little scrap here and made a little tiny pocket, and I added these two, just pieces from the kits. So those slip down in there, and these slip down in this pocket, and these slip right back down into that pocket. So there you go on that. And I double-sided the sewing machine and put a little of the silver wax that I have just to bring out the detail. So next page, I have another one of those die cuts that I did the same thing with. I just backed it and added a little key, hung it from that lace, which this was from the kit Jaizella sent. Here I have another little flower and a little rhinestone. More lace here. And I just attached this file folder with a piece of fabric so that it would be nice and soft and flexible. And so in this pocket, I have a lot of ephemera, these really cute cards, and I printed these on coffee dyed paper so they would be even more aged. And this is a little postcard. I just love this one. I just added a little rusty safety pin and some more lace. Printed it with a lace background from one of my coffee dyed papers. So there's those. Okay, and then here, let's see, I'll show you on the next page. Here is another little of one of Sam. This is actually the one Jaizella sent in the kit that she had made. So I just attached it here and added this little pearl dangle, pearl and rhinestone dangle. Thought that'd be pretty there. Okay, so as we turn this page, more goodies. So this, it just folds over here on the top. And this was a page out of an old French book I have. It's just an old textbook. So I just thought it would be perfect in here. And so I just folded it up and sewed it and made a little envelope out of it. And then added the lace to the top and did some pretty stitching. This is just another little tag that I actually made a little pocket with another piece of lace here. Added this little cute tag. And then on the inside, I printed off some more of her, some more of the printables, but I printed them on fabric so that it would actually be a fabric sample. So there's just all these pretty little pieces of fabric that I added in there, some of Jaizella's lace that she sent, and then I had just pinned this little guest check on top, like that. And it's really old, so it's kind of fragile. But there's that, and that just slips down in here. like that. I'll have to fix it better later. Here I just added a piece of lace as a belly band so that I could add some more ephemera in here and not have it fall out. So here I just have a photo, and this was actually a tag from a shirt, but it had the little buttons, so I just slapped it over the side there. And then these two pieces, so I thought those were really pretty to go in here. And so here I had some thread on these little spools, and I knew I wanted to include them somehow. So I just added a piece of lace that comes on the outside and ties. So you can take it off and use that thread if needed. Here I just added a background piece to kind of put some interest back here. So over here, I have little opening here. I love how this turned out. So I have the lace that's glued all the way in the back that wraps around and ties it. Here I just have a little photo that I embellished with the button. And then these are the button cards. And what I wanted to do is make like a gateway here. Make like a gate opening. So what I did is I just attached them to the sides, added the little buttons I had sewn on, just all different little buttons that she would have left over from projects. And then inside I made little pockets with the lace and added these photos, which I just love. They're so pretty. And this one. And then here's just a little rusty safety pin with a little flower. So here was another piece of that lace that was so pretty, and I thought I have to showcase that somehow. And she also sent this, so I added that there on top of the lace and made another little belly band here. Added this button on. And then here I have a piece of ephemera that I did on my little parchment paper, my really thin paper. I like how that turned out. And this, I went ahead and used a CD envelope, and I kind of grungied it up a little bit, added some of Sam's stamps, and then inside I have another one of the doilies and a piece of ephemera. So that just kind of makes a focal point on this page behind that lace. So I thought that turned out sweet. And then here I just had this old bag that came in a package from something. And so I went ahead and had done the same thing with this image, these little images. So it would kind of be like patterns. And I added my little grungy tape. In the spots that it already looked like it had tape, I just added some of my grungy tape. And added this. And it's just stapled on there, and a little flower and button glued on top. So that fits down in here. And then all of that just kind of layers back under here. And I left this alone because I really liked how that coffee dyed piece came out with that lace. With the lace pattern on it. So there's that slips behind there. Here I just added some more lace. Some really pretty shimmer here on that lace that she sent. And here, let me show you because this is so cute. It was an earring that I acquired in some of my little flea market trips. And it is the cutest little thing. It's so vintage. I don't know if you can see that good. But I just loved it. So I just, it's actually a little hoop earring. One of those old-timey hoop earrings. So I just punched a little hole and looped it through there and added that flower as I did. This is also from that embossing die cut folder that cuts out these little sewing images from Anna Griffin. So there's that page. And so then this just folds back over. This slips here. And this ties. So there's that. Put this aside. as this opens down, so I was going to show you, I don't know if you can see good, but this little thing at the bottom, I added lace under, and then I took and these little stamps of Sam's and little bitty images, let me see if I can raise it. Those little tiny pieces I just cut from different pieces of the kit, and I inked them up, and then I glued them to a paper clip down onto this lace. So the back side of the paper clip and this is glued down to the lace, but then the front you can attach something to. And I wanted to put a tape measure in here. I had this really cute tiny one, and I wanted to include that in here. And so on the end of it, I just added a little piece of lace like that, hangs out the side there. And then you can actually take this off and use it if you wanted to. So it'll come out from all of these little paper clips, and you can actually use that little section of tape measure. So here's some more of that toilet paper that I embossed. And here is the one that Jaizella sent in the kit too, that she had made. It's really pretty with the black and the white. This was kind of my inspiration to do more black in this one, like the black thread and just little black accents here and there. So that kind of got me started. And then I had these cute little buttons that were already still tied together, so I just pinned them on there. And then here, this just lifts up and reveals this really pretty image under here. Here I have, let's see, this I clip to the side, and when you open this one, I wanted to make like a little card that had needles and pins and stuff, but when you do that, you risk the chance of, you know, sticking yourself when you're looking through it. So I had this little piece that I had made a while back, and it's actually on like a cardboard piece, like an egg crate type piece. So I just took and put a brad here so that you could just slide it down, and there's all the little pins and needles. So that goes like that, and then this just ties it so that those needles and pins are not exposed. So there's that. And then inside the pocket, I have this little piece that I wanted to include because I love these old documents. And then here, this is just like a little cluster of receipts and stuff that, you know, a dressmaker would have. Really pretty old documents here. And then I just did a paper clip banner, or whatever you call this, where you make the paper clip and you wrap it with the fabric or the paper to make a little banner. So I just used my toilet paper, embossed paper, and I had glued some lace inside hanging out, and stapled this little piece on, added a button and this little heart ribbon that I thought was sweet. So all that just kind of holds this together. So here we have another little photo, and this little piece, and these receipts. All that I just paper clipped together here, and that slips right back down into this pocket. And I also just lined it with this piece, and it's cardstock, so I wanted to kind of strengthen up this backing, so I put that down in there to kind of add a little interest and also to sturdy it up a little bit. So that goes like that. Okay, put this back in here before I lose it. Alright, so also at the bottom down here, I added this cute little piece of just sequin that I had left with a little, it's on top of a little piece of lace that I had left over. I told you I didn't waste any scraps. So there's one of those little scraps from Jaizella's lace, and so I just added the little sequins on top and a ball pin and a pearl. So now down here, I had a lot of fun with this part. Here I took a couple of these sample cards, and I thought I could make another opening here. So what I knew I wanted to do some kind of lace up, and I had this really cute black and cream ribbon, the Sari silk ribbon. So I just made it to where it laces up and opens, and that way it holds in what's underneath there and keeps it from falling out. And this is some more of my toilet paper embossings. And then, so when you open it, and how I did this to where you could tie them separately, because if you just laced it, then you would have to take all that apart to open it, and I didn't want that to happen. So I just looped a piece through each side here and glued them here, but that way you have these out here and these coming out here, and the same thing on this side. So then when you close it, you can just take and tie each section, and it's not having to unlace everything. So then when you open it, I have these two little things that I had made a while back, and I've just been saving them for a special project, and so I thought this was perfect. So this is the one that I made from coffee filters, and I have another video on how I did all this. But I just added all the little shabby laces. Now these are from my stash because this is something I had made before, but I wanted to include it in this section because I just thought it would be perfect behind here. So all these are the little cards that I had done before, and these were the ones that I kind of made them fade with my coffee dye, but I really liked how they turned out, so I just left them. But all these kind of slip down in here, and it's just a little pocket with all those cutesies in it. And then here's another pocket with the button and the little safety pin, a little photo, and then this little shabby tag. And there's a little candle wax melt that I have done. Wax seal is what I'm trying to say. So there's those. And at the bottom, I had made this little, and it kind of gets frumpled, but that's okay. I had made, I know Dody does this too, and then also by Boho Love had done a video on it. This is just the really cheap crepe paper. That's all I had right now, but I just gathered it up and sewed it with the black thread. And so I just wanted to add some of that too, because I thought it would fit this project really well with all the little gathers. So I added a piece there, and it actually kind of holds these, gives them a little something to tuck into at the bottom so they don't slide out. And then this folds up and ties back. Just like that. So that'll just fold right back up. And then this folds back in, and this folds like that. And then on the back side, I didn't want to leave it plain, so I actually, let me show you, I had to add another piece of file folder here. It's just a short little piece of file folder that I had left. So I sewed around it and glued it to the sides, added this lace for a pocket in the front, added another piece of lace here. And so then I have this little sample card with more of that fabric that I printed on right there and lace. So I just added that in the pocket. And then I have this little bookmark tag, and it's just one of my die cuts. And so I just added some of the little pieces of ephemera, a little photo, and stuck those down in there with this little pocket, another pocket made out of that same lace. This is just an embossing folder on paper that I had done, another little piece of leftover lace. Oh, and then I had these tiny little spools of thread that came off of something that I had bought a long time ago that was like a country theme. So I just pulled those off and added that to my little ribbon at the top. So this slides down in here. And then I added this little tiny button, pearl button, and this little flower. So that slides back down in here. And then I just had it paper clipped so it wouldn't slide around or fall out. Okay, so then behind here, I wanted to use this somehow as like a wrapping paper. And I thought it would be neat to actually put something like the really pretty little pieces of fabric in there. So I just wrapped another piece of that lace and added one of these really pretty little buttons that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby. And so that just slides off. And then when you open it, I just had some little scrap pieces here and there. And I took a card that actually came out of a pantyhose package, and I cut it down and wrapped it with just some like leftover little, I think this was from a pillowcase, and this was just a piece of the crocheted lace that I had. So I thought that looked really pretty. Just inside of this little wrapping paper. So I printed this on my little thin parchment paper, and that way it would look like it was a package. Another thing in this pocket is this little tag, and this was off like I think one of those things that holds your sheets. It holds your sheets down. One of the little, I'm not sure, but I just added a little lace and a little button. And so there's that. And then here I just added this, and I made a pocket out of it so that I could put these little scissors in here that were also from that embossing die cut folder. So that slides in there. Here I just added, I used my little punch for this little shape, and I stamped it with one of Sam's stamps. And so here I have another little button, really cute hanging there. Here's another piece of that crepe paper I gathered up and sewed. So I think I've shown you everything on this. So now that I've gotten it all back together, this is what I made, and I'm just so proud that I had this opportunity, and I'm proud that we got to do this collaboration with Jaizella. And Sam, I thank you for just the opportunity to be on your team, and just to enjoy getting to use all your digitals. So this was just a really fun project, and I loved making it. So I also as I made this, other ideas kept popping in my head. So I'll just give you a real quick little sneak peek, but look for a video coming in the near future with these. So here's some more things that I made with those kits and that lace. So lots of pretties. It was so much fun. And I'm just, I just enjoyed everything about it. So I hope you liked it. Thank y'all so much for walking through this project with me and just seeing everything that I did. And be sure and check out Jaizella's Etsy shop with those laces, because she has some beautiful stuff. And I'll link that below. All of Sam's kits I'll have linked below that I used. And all of her other kits are just wonderful too. So go to her shop and check out all of her digital kits, and then also go and check out the other members of this team. Watch their videos on all the projects they're making with Sam's stuff. So we just have a great team, such a good group of ladies, talented ladies, and I'm just honored to be on this team. So thank y'all so much, and I will see you very soon. God bless.